everyone I think that I picked to be on this movie was a pretty good team player, except for James about the pizza. He was a pussy. Don't tell him I said that.
No, that's important to say that because we're going to get to our day 2 of shooting, which was James and Adriana, the boy-girl pizza scene, which was
masterpiece.
Your request, since you have never done your, what do you say, the cliche pizza scene, but
yeah.
I mean, as a porn star, I think you would kind of, you want to do the cliche stuff because it's fun. That's what everyone's used to seeing in movies, right? Is the cliche stuff. I think it's funny, it's fun, and you kind of got to...
Yeah, especially when you're doing it like, if you're just doing it because you're like part of the cliche, but when you're kind of going back and like doing the cliche but making it your own, it's like, a little bit different. It's like, it's not just like, oh, we couldn't come up with anything better, so we'll just do this. It's like, oh, let's do this specifically and like make it cool and fun, That's what I like about it. Taking, like, recycling an old trick but making it better.
Because I don't think I could have beat you guys, to be honest either, so that's kind of cool to get that off a resume, I guess. But, and also that James was, I can't believe he refused to fuck the pizza.
I know. Oh, I'm really upset about it. Not really. I'm so happy with how that scene turned out. Yeah, I was like, James, you'll throw my head into a wall, but you can't get pizza sauce in your dick.
Yeah, and our makeup artist was a little mad too at James because you guys forcing extracurricular.
Got some. She was like, the scene hadn't even started and your face was in the wall. There's makeup all down the white paint, which seems to happen a lot on porn sets. I'm constantly like looking at like white leather couches or white walls and there's just like makeup all over them. I'm like, oh shit. Like these like mansions. It's like everything's white and then you just put so much makeup on me and then just like here, sweat and cum and body juices and everything get all on there and it just gets everywhere. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that scene was pretty intense. I haven't shot a scene like that in a long time. It was pretty awesome.
Yay. I was really happy with it.
You can ask Sophia, since she's like, our makeup artist is somewhat of a newbie on sets, and she was pretty
freaked out. She said she couldn't stop talking about it. She likes that stuff too, but I think when you see it in person, it's a lot more like jarring than when you watch it on a, on a screen and you're seeing like the people before and then like going into it and like, oh, those are the same people. They're doing that. I was really happy with that scene though.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, an outsider looking in saying that it's like you're having an out-of-body experience when you're having sex. Pretty good sign that it was awesome.
So what do we aim for? Yeah, I liked that a lot.
What was your favorite part of that scene?
There's so many good spots. I mean, obviously, my favorite part was when I like almost passed out when he choked me out with the thong, and I actually got so out of it, and I got kind of freaked out for a second because I was like having this like totally like, you feel like when you're at that point of kind of getting choked out, you feel almost like you're on like drugs or something, and I was just like kind of almost like so in and out of it, and I got scared for a second, but then I was like, wait, this is like, I trust James like probably more than most people. I mean, I trust a lot of the male talents, but some more than others, and he's one of the ones I trust the most. So it was just kind of like, okay, but for a second I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to finish this scene because I thought I was like so fucked up. I was like, what happened? I didn't even really know that I was getting choked out. Like I just knew that I felt so fucked up, and I'm like, oh my god, like what happened? What happened to me? And then I was like, oh, you're just like fainting. This is awesome. And actually, Adriana told me that the next night when I saw her at the 8-day nomination party, she told me, she's like, you know, there's like every once in a while during a scene you get just like a really like a magical moment where it's just like, that's so awesome. And she said that like during my scene when I kind of like was out of it for a second and then I came to and I sat up and I was just like, that was fucking awesome. She was like, that was one of those moments, which was a really big compliment to get from her.
Yeah, I got to thank her too for her. So it was supposed to be just a bad scene, but she's just such a great little whore.
I know, and I almost did anal too because she did it, but then I was like, oh, we were going through so fast, like we didn't cut once during that scene, and like I hadn't like prepped for anal, and I like felt like it would probably be okay, but I didn't want to mess up the flow of the scene. And I was like, you know, she knows like her body's so much better than I know mine. She's been doing this, you know, a lot longer than me, and so I was like, all right, well, I was like, but I told, I think like, cause James told me, he's like, when he first worked with her, like she didn't do anal, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, so I told him, I was like, next year, like, I'm gonna be that girl, like, in some girl showcase, like, sticking my ass, like, I don't care. Like, it's just give me a few months, and that will be me.
Yeah, and you also took a couple of scars with that, right? Is your tongue healed up from?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore, but I think it's still a little bruised. Like, the bottom of my tongue, like, got ripped. It was the part that connects to your mouth. It was kind of gnarly. I don't know how that happened really. I think it was like holding, or I don't know. Got some burst blood vessels from holding my breath, which is kind of my fault. I don't know if it's honestly just from James choking me or like I hold my breath when I'm gonna come, which I tend to do too often. I like forget that I'm holding my breath. So I think that didn't help.